Hey, good morning, everybody. Yeah, it is Sunday, July 6th, 2025. It is 10:35 a.m. in the morning. I do apologize if I sound a little blah. I just woke up a little while ago. I got myself some coffee right here to help me out, so that way I don't sound so, don't sound so blah or out of it. So yeah, some coffee right here to wake me up. But I hope you guys all had a safe and healthy 4th of July weekend and still are, because yes, the 4th falling on a Friday basically means that, the 4th of July celebration is going to continue, for at least, another several hours, at least another, I would say 14 hours, 13 hours, if you will, depending on how you look at it. But thankfully, I've noticed living around here that it's not as, I guess you could say not as, not as obnoxious, not as annoying as it was previously in previous years. Because when I would live in Newman and in Patterson, we would hear the fireworks, the illegal fireworks mostly, going off almost, I wouldn't say nonstop or constantly, but basically to a point to where it's like, we were asking ourselves, when is it going to end? Or we would be asking, why doesn't somebody alert the police or the law enforcement and stuff like that? And thankfully, a lot of people have been, wising up and been like, yeah, this is getting a little out of control. It's like letting them do it, a day after, maybe two, that's fine. But, constantly, or even a week after, it's not right. It's like, okay, guys, you had your fun. We all had our fun. Time to put it away for another year. But yeah, thankfully, it's not as bad, as it's been before. I mean, we heard some last night and everything, but it's like I said, it's not as bad. I think the latest I heard people setting them off was like post 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that. But that was about it. And that was just as I was getting ready to go to bed. So yeah, it's not as bad. It's not as constant. It's not as annoying. Thank the Lord on that. But again, I hope you're all having a safe and healthy 4th of July, weekend. And hope you had fun on the 4th, no matter whether you did the fireworks at home with family and friends, whether you went to parades, you went to fireworks shows. I all hope you had a safe and healthy one. And again, I do apologize if I sound a little blah. Again, like I said, I just woke up a little while ago, so I'm drinking coffee to wake up and everything. But yeah, I wanted to come on here though and do this vlog and let you know how things have been going, if you will. Let you know how things have been going, at least I would consider, okay, the summer break started on the 16th to the 23rd, 23rd to the 30th. So yeah, basically let you know what's been going on since about the 29th up till yesterday, which was July 5th. And yeah, it's been very interesting. I'll say that. It's been very interesting to say the least. First of all, again, I want to thank you guys for helping me, because I did a video on this. I want to thank you guys for helping me get to 15,000 subscribers. That's right, 15K. That's unreal. Now, that may not mean anything to a lot of folks. But it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me because, with any YouTuber, content creator out there, the higher your subscribe count goes, the faster you're going to be itching closer to that ultimate goal of silver button awardness. And also it makes you more, I guess you could say, recommended in the eyes of YouTube and its algorithm to be seen by other people. By now, last I checked, I'm almost at 15,010 subscribers. So that's pretty damn cool. But again, I want to thank you guys for making all of that possible. And outside of that, I also did reach the requirements for payment. So I will be getting something on the week of my birthday. That's right, the week of my birthday. Basically, I'll be getting something essentially on the day where I'll hopefully get the teeth put in, the implants put in, and all that very, very soon without any issue whatsoever. Without any issue whatsoever. But outside of that and everything, again, I just want to thank you guys for making that all possible. And like I said, I've also saw that I'm going to be getting a payment for the last 2 months this month. So, it seems to be, it seems to be going on to be it seems to be leading to being a decent month overall, a decent birthday month overall, if you know what I mean. But yeah, this week was, kind of interesting. There's no doubt. I mean, I helped the matriarch put a bookshelf together and everything because they got some books and everything. Being, in the field of, in the job field that they're in of teaching, preschool teaching and all that, they will gather a lot of books. So basically, I was able to, get the books together. I was able to get, not the books together, but get the bookshelf together and all that for them, and thus, they have some books already set in there. But it's not enough. It wasn't enough. So what we had to do was had to go get another bookshelf here, so that they could have, plenty of space, in the room after they get those books put in there. And I'm sure, you kind of understand what I'm saying there, and everything, because I'm sure you guys have put shelves together and thought, oh, this is going to be enough, but then realized, nope, we're going to need one more, and you had to go get another one or something like that. But yeah, that's one of the things I did this past week, because I helped put the shelf together, so that they could have their, books basically, placed somewhere where, if they could just, if they want to read one, they don't have to bend down and get it. They could just look at the shelf and pull it out and be like, okay, I want to see what this is, or I want to read this, or I want to read that. It's kind of like, with the shelves I have here with the movies. It's like if I say I want to watch this, I'm going to watch it. Or if I want to watch, let's see, where's the latest one? If I want to watch this, I'm going to watch it, and so on and so forth. But anyway, though, like I said, that's what I did for her, for them, I should say. That's what I did for them. And yeah, after that, helped them put the books in there that they wanted, in the way they wanted. And then now, like I said, this week upcoming, got this one to do. And hopefully that'll be enough at the end of the day. I also put up something that used to belong to my grandfather. He was kind of an old school guy, so the way he would hang this up is he put a wire behind it. I don't know if you can see that, but he would put like a wire. Let me put some light in here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But he would put like a wire behind there, and everything when he would hang stuff. As a matter of fact, let me get some more light on there so you guys can see. Here, there's a flashlight. There we go. But yeah, he would put wiring behind there. Believe it or not, I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, he would put wiring. And that used to, according to my relatives that I'd asked via text, they said, yeah, he used to, he's kind of old school, so he used to do that back in the day. That's how they would hang stuff back in the day. They didn't have any of these studs or ridges and all that basically, when, that you could put, I should say, that you could put on the back of the picture or put on the wall, so that way you could just hang it up, more properly. Like, these things have hooks and everything, so you could use like command strips to put them on, you could use command strips, I should say, to put them on the, to put on the wall, and then you could just hang your stuff. Same with the pictures and everything, as well. But But yeah, basically, you know, I was able to put this up with help from the matriarch. And again, this is something my grandpa had back when he was around. He had it in his trophy room, trophy room slash Yorkie room, because he used to have that room for the Yorkshires and all that, you know, when he was alive. So we have that there. We have that there. Oh, he had that there, I should say. Like I said, it's early. I do apologize. But he had that there. In there, he had that in there, I should say, along with other things he had, as well as I think he even had the helmet that I have in there as well. Before he hung it up in the garage, he would actually hang that helmet on something. He had some kind of like a hook thing, you know, where he hooked it on top of one of the bars. I wouldn't say bars, but banisters, whatever they are, you know. Little kind of the bars, you know, on top of the ceiling and all that. But he would hang stuff up there, the hats and the helmet and some other things. So he hung it up there and all that. So, you know, before he would put after, I should say, he had it in his room, in his trophy room, if you will. He hung it up there, and then he would sometimes take it down, put it in the trophy room, stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, outside of that, you know, outside of doing that stuff and everything, we went to my sister's this past Friday, and had a good time. We had some fun. We had a fun time and everything, lighting fireworks and stuff. You know, just, you know, having a good, you know, time with family and everything. Lighting fireworks, eating hamburgers and hot links. And for me, I thought the hot link was a hot dog. I didn't even realize it was a hot link. And outside of that, we bought some sodas, you know, bought some Coca-Cola, left that with them, knowing my second oldest nephew, he and his girlfriend will drink that, if you will. And also bought some Bud Light seltzers, you know, that they sell during the summer mostly, which is really, really good. My niece likes it. They all like it. Basically, my niece likes it though because it's, you know, doesn't have that many calories, and it's very flavorful, and the alcohol is very less on it. I think they say it's like, you know, 5% alcohol or something like that. Also brought some 24 pack of brisk tea, because the matriarch likes that to have on hand. And I also bought some Baja Blast, 24 pack of Baja Blast from Mountain Dew. So, you know, that way I could have something to drink as well here at home, you know, outside of, you know, the Coke that I left, you know, at my older sister's. And also along with that, I also bought a 10 pack of the Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey, which my niece and her fiance slash husband, if you will, they did not like. But I basically I bought it because it was the same kind of pack that me and my sister and my brother-in-law, or me and my sister and my niece would buy my dad when we would go out to see him in Kansas. We would buy him that, you know, or at least we'd buy him a mixture of, you know, Fireball and Jack Daniels and stuff like that. But it was like these little mini ones out there, and that I bought. It's like a little mini 10 pack of Fireball whiskey. And yeah, it is good. It'll definitely make you feel it when it goes down your throat, but it is good. And then of course I bought, because I even asked, I said, what kind of tequila do you think I should get? Because usually they get Jose Cuervo, and my sister didn't say Jose Cuervo, you know, Blue Clove, so she just said Blue Clove, and I was like, okay. And I looked, and I saw 1800 tequila, and I'm thinking, okay, that says Blue Clove. There we go, got it. And it was fine. It was good. It was fine. It was good tequila. There's no doubt. I mean, even my second oldest nephew's girlfriend was, you know, kind of excited. You know, she, you know, being young, she's, you know, she sees this like, oh, okay, this is cool. Yeah, all right. You know, you know, she's a sweetheart. There's no doubt. If you would meet her, she's a sweetheart. But anyway, like I said, it's just But anyway, like I said, we just we had a good time, lighting fireworks and everything, and all that, just spending time with family. Thankfully, when we got home, we got home later that night, me and the matriarch. Thankfully, thankfully, nothing of note, I should say, happened here. Thankfully for that. Thankfully for that. But yeah, outside of that, it was an interesting week. I could tell you this. When you've had Fireball whiskey, like a couple of those small ones, you've had, 2 shots, I think 2 or 3 shots at 1800, and a seltzer or 2 or 3, yeah, you're going to feel it the next day. Thankfully, I've gotten immune to the fact that when I eat food in between, I'm good. Especially if I wake up early enough to go take a shower, as well as take some ibuprofen, whether it's branded or non-branded ibuprofen. You know what I mean? And what I mean by non-branded, I'm talking store branded. Equate. The Equate brand, basically the Walmart brand or the CVS brand or the Rite Aid brand and stuff like that. So yeah, thankfully, basically, I didn't feel it as bad as I did before, because the last thing I need to do is, let loose in my shower, if you know what I mean. Also, speaking of my shower, there was another thing we accomplished this week as well. There was another thing the matriarch wanted to accomplish for me this week as well. And that is the fact that basically we got a new shower curtain. She had these, this is one of the 2 new shower curtains she had. She has, they have a shower curtain of their own, but this is one of them that they bought for me. And they also have a picture they're going to put up here. And I looked it up online. It's basically one of those matted pictures, those kind that you would buy at Kohl's and all that you just hang up for decoration. You don't have to put a picture in it. It's one of those matted painted pictures. And I looked it up online, and basically it's a it's actually this picture here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's actually this picture. Bring it up a little bit. There we go. It's actually this picture. If you will, put that back down. But yeah, basically, that's the kind of picture she plans to hang in there. And I read, like I said, online, they plan to hang in there. And I read online, that basically, that it's resistant, especially I think if you keep it in the plastic, because it's already got the holes in the back to where you could just poke something, like kind of poke the plastic a little bit to get to the holes, to the, the hanging holes. But anyway, long story short, I read online that it will be okay when it comes to, like, let's say, weather resistant, basically, kind of moisture resistant, things like that. Moisture resistant, that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, outside of that, outside of that and everything, she does plan to put that in there eventually, in the near future. But anyway, like I said, it's been an interesting week. I know a lot of folks are kind of mixed about that BBL, or that, I wouldn't say BBL, that BBL and all that. I should say it's the OBBL, that became a reality. That OBBL that became a reality this past week. I know some people may not be fond of that based on what certain news outlets will say or certain party members will say. But, despite whether or not there is truth to what they're saying, sometimes it may start out rough. Sometimes this new law is going to, start out rough, but the roughness is only temporary before you hit the smoothness and you hit that golden highway to you're going to hit that to you. Basically, it's going to start out rough. What I'm trying to say, like I said, or like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm still waking up. I'm still waking up here, but basically the roughness, is going to be the start. But before you know it, it's going to, go from rough to smooth and straight to that golden highway of financial ease, and everything, and back to what the country was known for at the start, And again, I get people may not agree with it. That's fine. That's your opinion and all that. But hey, like I said, sometimes the bumpiness, you have to start with that before you get to the smoothness. And once you get that smoothness, you're gonna hit that golden highway, and before you know it, it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be I wouldn't say peaceful sailing, but it's gonna be easy sailing and living from here on in. We'll put it that way. Okay. We'll put it that way, if you will. We'll put it that way. But yeah, I know a lot of people may not agree with that, but it's, to me, depending on how you have people word it to you and trying to send a message about it to you. To me, it's going to be worth it in the end. Whether you like who's in charge or you don't like who's in charge, it's going to be worth it in the end. That is an absolute fact. That is an absolute fact. But again, outside of that, guys, I just wanted to, come out here and do this vlog, and hopefully you guys have been having a good, like I said, or have been and had a good 4th of July weekend, and will continue to do so before this day is out. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. And again, guys, I do apologize if I sound a little blah. Like I said, I just woke up a little while ago and everything. So, yeah, I do apologize for that. But I wanted to just come on here and do this vlog for you guys, let you know what's been going on this week that led to the 4th of July. And really, that's about it. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys, down below. Comment if you like the video, ring the bell for notifications, subscribe to the channel, click on the links in the description to find my content elsewhere outside of YouTube. It would be greatly appreciative if you could do that, as well as click on the Teespring store link at the bottom of the description to check out merchandise you can't get anywhere else. But guys, until next time, I will talk to y'all later. God bless. Take care.